From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your North Coast Neighborhood Forecast.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Well, hello everyone. I hope you're having a good Saturday so far. You know, the low clouds and the fog, I think some of it will burn off for some of us here throughout the day today, but overall, it may be a lot like it was yesterday. We'll see that here on Futurecast here in a second, but that marine layer, it's holding on strong. But for the inland areas and for the mountains, Trinity County, you're looking at temperatures actually dropping below normal for this time of the year for today, tomorrow, and even into early next week. But that won't last forever because we do have a warming trend, especially as we go into the middle to latter part of next week. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for the North Coast. All right, so inland, temperatures eventually reaching somewhere in the mid-80s for those daytime highs. And of course, for the coast, maybe some breaks in those clouds, but overall, looking at mostly cloudy skies, temperatures upper 50s. And for Trinity County, temperatures in the low 90s for Weaverville, Hayfork, Lewiston, sunny skies. So it is going to be warming up, but it should, for the most part, be below normal. So let's talk about that heat and the trend that we're going to be looking at here over the next 7 days or so. You can see the heat, and the main bubble of heat is over the desert southwest, where it should be. We don't want it here. Just keep it down there, right? But this cooler air is trying to suppress that heat. However, by the time you get to the end of next week, into a week from now, that heat is going to expand. Now, here's one of the trends that I've noticed looking at the long-range forecast models. This bubble of heat, this ridge of high pressure, has been getting stronger and stronger as we get closer to this time frame here. So I am seeing more and more indications that it's going to get pretty darn hot by the end of next week and into that next weekend. And one of the things we were hoping for is the fact that this trough of low pressure and cooler air was going to be a little bit more to the south, suppressing that heat. Now, it's still doing that. And trust me, it certainly would be hotter if that cooler air wasn't up that far to the south. But this is really winning over, and it's pushing that cooler air to the north, and as a result, it's going to get pretty hot around here. So let's take a look at that trend here, and you can see here, as we go through the weekend, early next week, around 90. So yeah, we're probably below normal for this time of the year, but we're talking mid to upper 90s by the time we get to, especially by the end of next week, maybe even some triple digits for Trinity County by the end of next week and into that next weekend. All right, here's Futurecast, and yeah, we're looking at sunny skies here as we take you through the day on Saturday for Trinity County. However, you see some of these pop-ups right here? That could maybe bring us a stray shower or thunderstorm in extreme northern Trinity County. Otherwise, mainly dry and sunny there. Should be sunny for most of the inland areas. We'll call it mostly sunny. But yeah, it's trying to clear out for the coast. It just is having a hard time doing that, so we'll call it mostly cloudy throughout the day today. Let's take you into Sunday morning. Look at that fog. I mean, it really makes its way to those inland valleys and even making its way to some of those inland areas as well. So Hoopa, you may start off with a little bit of cloud cover tomorrow morning, and then by the afternoon, that'll kind of burn off pretty quickly. But you see how it kind of butts up against the mountain range, and we're still seeing a lot of that fog along the coast on Sunday. But notice some of the clouds we're still seeing again in northern Trinity County. Again, maybe a stray shower, an off chance for a thunderstorm as well, but overall, I wouldn't anticipate it. Let's take a look at some of those wave heights, and we'll take you through the day on Saturday today. And you can see those wave heights really overall not changing much even as we go through Sunday. So it looks like some prime conditions for the boaters. And here's a marine forecast for your Saturday. Winds from the northwest at 5 to 10 knots. Your waves from the northwest at 4 feet at about 8 seconds. Now, especially this morning, there could be some patchy fog and drizzle. Yesterday, there was enough drizzle that there was some measurable rainfall, upwards of 0.05 of an inch of rainfall in some areas. So we could be looking at some more of that drizzle, especially this morning, making for some wet roadways out there, especially along the immediate coast. All right, something looks a little different here, right? You're looking at just kind of a big footprint of Trinity County, Del Norte, and Humboldt counties as well. Now, there's a reason for that. One of the things that I want to do, and I'm still kind of holding true to really wanting to help a lot of people who live in these microclimates and these smaller communities. But the best way to do that is for you to go to weathernorcal.com, or you can also watch the 24-hour streaming channel where we will continue to have the most recent updates for your particular town. So if you don't see your town on this map, no need to worry. You can get it on weathernorcal.com. You can also watch it on the streaming channel on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and eventually Apple TV. That streaming channel is also on YouTube as well, so be sure to check that out if you want to check out your local forecast in your particular smaller community. But this really just gives you a footprint of what to expect today for your Saturday. Temperatures in Trinity County, mainly upper 80s and low 90s. For the inland areas of Del Norte and Humboldt counties, in the mid to upper 80s. And for the coast, temperatures upper 50s to low 60s. We take a look at that 7-day forecast for some of the areas here, and even the coast seeing a slight increase as we go to the end of next week, but not by much. It's not going to be a big heat wave by any stretch. But Hoopa, yeah, you're back up in the low to mid 90s by Tuesday and then eventually by Friday. And for Weaverville, I'm anticipating upper 90s, maybe even some triple digits by the end of next week. So looking at that 7-day forecast for Eureka, upper 50s to low 60s. In fact, low 60s for Sunday, Monday, between 61 and 62 for Tuesday through Friday.